only day you get to go out and fish and a cold front moves through the night before. You get to the lake, you got cold north winds in November, and the fishing is tough. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to share a technique with you to help you still catch bass right after a cold front.
Shane Flynn Outdoors, brought to you by Omnia Fishing. Experience the most personalized tackle shopping on earth. Also by Bent Rod Fishing. Get bent, stay bent.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! What a big girl! Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel. I wanted to share with you a technique that I use, especially in the fall and winter when I get out fishing and a cold front has just moved through. Today I got to the lake, a cold front moved through last night, and I had the north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, and a lot of people go, that's tough fishing, and it is tough fishing. Don't get me wrong, I only caught 7 or 8 bass today total, but I caught them on a spinnerbait. I didn't catch them on a jig, I didn't catch them on a worm. I caught them on a spinnerbait, and the technique I like to use is I get a big 1 ounce spinnerbait. This is a 1 ounce spinnerbait. You can see the head of it, it's all beat up. I've been bouncing it off everything I can see or pull it by. And it has a big number 6 willow leaf blade on it. You can use Colorado. It depends on the color of the water. This is a pretty clear lake, so I like to use willow. But the big blade is also key. So I like to slow roll this over brush piles, over by bridge pilings, by boat docks, whatever. That's why I like to fish this really, really slow. The bass tend to get tight to cover after a cold front moves through, and you can flip a jig and all that other good stuff in there like most fishermen do, and it'll work. But this is another technique to add to your arsenal where you can catch some fish when the cold front moves through and the bass are down tight to cover. So real quick, I'll show you how I retrieve it. So what I like to do to slow roll the spinnerbait, I'm just going to show you one cast before I show you some catches today, a few catches. As I see the brush pile down here, I know it's there, I've been fishing here many times. So I'll throw out there, it's 10 foot deep, right at 10 foot. I let it sink for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then I just start to slow roll this spinnerbait. And you can see how slow that I'm reeling here, just keeping that blade moving. And I can feel the brush. I'm coming through the brush right now. And sometimes if I hit the brush, I'll give the rod a little pump. Sometimes a bass will strike right after that. But I just slow roll this all the way in, going through some brush right there. And I will typically, I've already caught all the fish off this brush pile today, I think anyway. Typically I'll pick one up because the bass are down there tight to that cover. Now you can fish a jig, you can fish a worm, you can fish whatever. This is just a technique I've used for years, and it's worked and worked for me. So enough about how to retrieve it. Let's take a look at some of the catches I got today. Oh yeah. Woo, first bass of the morning. Nice 14, 15 incher. Throwing a big, giant spinnerbait, 1 ounce spinnerbait, slow rolling it this morning. Got the first bass of the day. Another nice bass. Slow and rolling right down past their face. They cannot resist that big spinnerbait. Man, look how fat these fall bass are. Just getting real fat now. Thank you, mister. So hey folks, you see I caught a few fish on this today. I caught about 9 or 10 total. I just showed a few there for keeping it short. But this technique works. And I hope that you can try it out, get you some big 1 ounce spinnerbaits. And hopefully this technique works for you and you can catch some fish right after a cold front using it. So, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, tight lines and good luck fishing.